Ryan Mastell here on the practice ground at Howley Hall Golf Club here in Leeds. We're on the PGA Professional and joined once again by Dan Gavins. Now Dan, we're going to talk a little bit about what's in your golf bag.
Yep.
You've had quite a big change this year in equipment, haven't you?
Yeah, so, it's all changed, yeah.
Just about everything in your bag has changed. Let's talk, well, let's start at the top end, right? So, driver, okay?
We've got the driver in.
What have you got in here? Epic
New
Speed,
Epic
yeah?
Speed, yep.
Was this quite an easy switch when you moved into it this year?
Yeah, I've been playing the Fairway Woods for a few years, so
okay.
Yeah. I mean, that shaft I've had for quite a while.
So that's
which
Diamana. Tour extra stiff, 60 gram, yeah?
Yeah.
That's something that you've kind of just found that you really like. And
then it just went into the new head and it went a little bit further, a bit more speed, and yeah, it was pretty easy.
Did you try the other shapes of the head as well, or
I did,
just go straight into
and I prefer that shape.
Okay. Yeah. It's a little bit kind of more traditional, I suppose, isn't
it,
shape-wise? So yeah, absolutely. Right, let's move into Fairway Wood then.
Yep.
So what have we got in here? So you've
That's
gone
actually
down to
forward.
Forward, yeah. So
oh, cool.
I've never really got on with 3 woods.
Okay.
So I prefer forward. I feel like I get the same yardage out of forward.
Yeah, and just obviously that little bit more loft, a bit more forgiveness potential.
I just like looking down on it, seeing a bit more loft on the face. That's
cool.
That's really why I've got forward.
And again, in the speed model, different shaft in this though, yeah. So we've got Motoré F1, extra stiff, 70 gram this time, so a little bit heavier than we've got in driver. Did you do a bit of testing with shafts?
Yeah, I tested that in Dubai at the start of the year. I liked it, and yeah, it went straight in really.
Cool. Easy sort of transition from what you did before and everything, yeah.
I mean, it's maybe slightly stiffer than the Diamana that I had in it before, but it just feels nice and consistent.
So then, top end irons wise, we've got 18 degrees. We've got one of the X4 GT Callaway.
It's one of my favourite club in the
driving
bag.
Irons, is it? Yeah, yeah. It's one of those sort of fairway finder off the tee, handcrafted, hazardous black in there as well. So 85 grams this time. So generally increasing in weight, as most people will do throughout the set as well. But that's a club that you find really useful off the tee, yeah.
It worked well in Switzerland as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll go miles over there. 300 yards driving.
Yeah, exactly.
Irons, And then when we move into your set of irons, so we've got the Apex TCB. So this is a very popular iron for players of your sort of ability, really. What have you found, or why did you move to these as to one of the other Apex models that you've kind of got?
I just loved the shape of those irons. Looking down on them, I felt that you could not really miss out.
Yeah, I mean, looking down on them, they do look like a traditional sort
of
good
amazing
players
looking
golf
down
club,
on them,
don't they? But when you hit them, there's definitely that bit of forgiveness, isn't there? When you don't quite strike it, which probably doesn't happen that often, but you still
does happen
you still need
occasionally
there as well. So you've got those from 4 down to 9 irons.
Yep.
And then we move into Jaws MD5 in your wedges. So we've got 46 rather than the standard pitching wedge in the set. Is there any reason for that, or?
I just feel like I have more consistency with 46 over looking down on a pitching wedge. I feel like it looks a lot nicer to look down on, from 130 inwards or 140 inwards. So.
Anything to do with like the sole width or anything like this?
Not really. I just,
narrow, isn't it?
Yeah, I just like, it's similar look to the sand wedge in 52. So I think it's just more consistent.
And consistency thing. So then we go into 52 as your gap wedge, if you like. 56 and then 60. So we've got all three 46, 52, 56 in the S grind. So standard 10 degrees about. And then we move into something. This looks like it's been through the walls.
Yeah, that happened last week. So I'm getting some new ones in Switzerland.
A bit of a chunk out the bottom of the wedge there.
Yeah, that came out of a stone.
This is obviously a C grind, yeah. So we've got a little bit less bounce. This is a club you're gonna sort of manipulate a little bit, play some slightly different shots around the greens. And
I mean, that's the one that I hold out the bunker shot in Ireland.
Okay, so it's your lucky wedge.
For me, it's mainly kind of
so
bunker shots
and. It, yeah.
I'll keep it. Yeah. But more like the high lofted shots than the bunker shots for that.
Yeah, and that grind obviously just gives you that bit of versatility as well. Putter wise, the money maker.
Money maker, still
so
on the
ping.
ping.
A few, but a ping. So we've got ping, Hepler.
I just love the way that sits behind the ball, and I can line it up with that middle line.
The alignment's awesome, isn't it, on the top?
But I think Callaway are going to make me something similar to try. So.
Okay. Very heavy as well, isn't it? Is that something you've always gone with?
I don't feel like it is heavy, but I guess I'm just used to it now. But
it definitely
it's heavy too.
Double the weight
is it?
of mine, but yeah, absolutely. So obviously more of a traditional sort of grip. It's fairly worn. Is that something that you've generally just love it? And
yeah, I just love that grip. Yeah, I think it's got 3 layers of tape under it as well.
Yeah, it feels quite
maybe 2 or 3 layers of tape,
but it's a putter that you just trust and that you really like.
Yeah, I've had that shape for probably 7, 8 years now. So
but it's one that you kind of, do you tinker around with putters a bit, or do you
I did at the start of the year.
Yeah.
I just felt that was hard to beat, so I just stuck with that for the most of the year.
Cool. And what about golf ball? What were you using?
I'm on the Pro V1X, the new one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you always been a Titleist golf ball guy?
Always.
Yeah. Cool. Any sort of plans to change that, or do you
not at this moment.
any other stuff,
yeah, I mean, they all feel similar to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a real one to mess around with stuff, so. But yeah, I've always been on the Pro V.
Mate,
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Change it, absolutely. So, cool. Very good. Thanks for letting us have a bit of a look through what's won you an event on tour this season, and let's hope you carry on with some good finishes and get to that
thank you.
Race to Dubai final. I'm joined with recent European Tour winner, Dan Gavin. So Dan, thanks for taking some time to have a chat with us. And
no problemo.
What a win a few weeks ago. Yeah, has it sunk in yet?
Yeah, it's definitely sunk in now. At the time it didn't, because obviously I was like 7 back coming into the last round, so it was like just a bit of a shock really, I think, on the Sunday. But yeah.
But you know, we've been speaking throughout the season, you've been saying, you know, I'm hitting it well, I'm playing well, I can feel like something's going to happen, I'm going to have a good result, and boy, did it. You know, you know, you've posted that number like you say, and kind of a few people have come back to you, and
I mean, the wind picked up luckily for me on like 16, 17, 18, which made the last quite tricky. You know, the flag was like tucked on the left hand side, so it was a tough flag. You know, it looked like it was in the middle of the water really.
You made quite a nice 2-putt there as well, didn't you? It's quite a long first putt that you had. Sort of, it
was a long putt down the hill,
and get out there and go.
And then just a little 3-footer to finish, but
yeah, absolutely. And we've just been talking as well about how, not easier, but how kind of much pressure it's taken off the next kind of 18 months as well, hasn't it? So sort of tell us what this win sort of means for you going forward.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I've always been kind of getting in stuff last minute and travelling last minute, booking flights like on the day before going and stuff. So it's nice to be able to now just kind of plan everything and, you know, plan which events I want to play in. So it's
and you know, it's crucial that you can sort of have these weeks off if you want them, isn't it? And you know, be able to kind of peak at the right time, I suppose, really. And with the kind of end of the season coming up, I guess the goal now is try and get into that Race to Dubai sort of final over in Dubai there.
Yeah, I'm like 82nd, I think, on the Order of Merit, so it's definitely doable. It'll be nice to play in Dubai, you know.
Thank you very much, Dan, and see you all very, very soon.